Namaste and good morning to all my dear children. This is your Brahmanand sir. Today I deal with continued part of my lesson, that is nutrition in plants. In this video I will explain you about parasites and insectivorous plants and saprotrophs, and last one is symbiosis. Okay, let's start. See, we know that many plants are autotrophic in nature. What is meant by autotrophs? Yes, autotrophs means the organisms or the plants which make their own food by themselves. Those are called as autotrophs. If we know that also in our nature there is no chlorophyll in some plants. That means in some plants there is no chlorophyll. Are understanding? It is there is no chlorophyll in some plants. Then how they will live like? Yes, can, that is they live like human being and animals. See, some plants are having no chlorophyll in it. No chlorophyll means they can't prepare their, or they unable to prepare their own food. They have to depend on others, and they will grow. How they will grow? Like human being and other animals, isn't it? See, if no chlorophyll is present, then the plants will not prepare their own food. We know that. Then see here, they have to depend on other organisms. For those, we call it as a parasites. I will write here, see, the organisms which live on or in another organisms, in another organisms to survive. Those are called as what? That is parasites or a parasite, isn't it? See here what happens. The organism which live on or live in the organisms, live in the other organisms to survive, isn't it? See, human beings and other animals are heterotrophic in nature because they are dependent. See here what is happening here, that is the organisms which live on or live in ಒಂದು organism ಒಳಗಡೆನೆ ಅವು live ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ. Those are called as parasites. See here, now come to that, no chlorophyll. That is no chlorophyll, that means the leaves should be yellowish in color. Okay, or a leaf should be yellowish in color. See what happens. Example for parasite is cascata. That is cascata is an example for parasite. See how it will grow means it depends on the other organism or other plant. It is actually dead, but it is depends on the other plant. How? Let's see, I will explain here. Suppose this is the plant which is in autotrophic in nature, See, plant. See here, this plant is called as host. Host. Why it is host? Because it is giving nutrients to the another plant. Okay, this is called host. Then this host will, what it will do? The parasitic plant, that is cascata, it will grow on this plant. This will climb on this host. For what purpose? For the purpose of to survive, and it will get or it will catch or it will trap its nutrients. Bhala danger. What is that? Cascata is very dangerous and parasites are very dangerous. It will harm to the plants. Chalo papa avu outrada utane avu neatly ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತವೆ, but the parasites what they will do? They will trap their food nutrients. Ella nutrients they will trap. Okay, then sometimes it may harm to the host. Host means this green tree. Okay, this parasite, this cascata is called as parasite. This cascata is called as parasite. Okay, once again I will repeat it. See, the organism which live on or in the another organisms to survive. Okay, for purpose of nutrients. Sir, idu kadeke tagobodalri sir nutrients. Adr balli shakti ilri. That much energy it is not having. That is parasites. That's why it depends on the other plants. That's why it depends on the other plants. That's why this is called as parasite. Okay, example for parasite is cascata. Okay, it is cascata also we can say that. This is our parasites. Okay. Next, I have a doubt that is whether human beings and other animals are also parasites. Is it human beings and other animals whether they are parasitic in nature? Okay, can anyone? You have to comment to the comment box. Otherwise, I will explain in the next video. Okay, see, organisms which live on or live in the organism. Separate see here, observe here. The roots are very modified roots. They will enter into the stem of the host, stem of the other plant. Allintane observe ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತದ್ರಿ. ಸಮಜ್ ಮೇರೆ ಬಾತ್ ಪಾಪ ಈ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದ್ರಿ ನೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಇಂದ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸೈಟ್ ಡೇಂಜರಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸೈಟ್ what it will do, it will penetrate its roots into the stem of the host cell. ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಹೋಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಇದು ಬೆಳಿತದೆ. Which plant? That is parasitic plant. ಇವಾಗ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬೇಕಲ್ರಿ, ಈ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. Is it? It wants more food because it is elder in age. Okay, that's why ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. That's why it may harm to this host plant. Okay, this is about parasite. Next one, that is, see, without host it can live, it cannot live. ಇವಾಗ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಇವಾಗ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಡೈ. ಯಾರು ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿವ್ ಇರಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಡೈ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಗ್ರೋ. ಓಕೆ, we have to be support for that parasite, otherwise it may die. Next, that is, have you seen that some plants will eat animals? Yes sir, maja kartare sir. See, some plants will eat animals. How sir? Yes, that is, some plants will trap the insects. Some plants will trap the insect and digest it, and it may absorb all the nutrients from the animal. See here, that is, some plants trap the insects and digest it and absorb nutrients from where? From insects. What these are called? Yes, that is, these are called, name itself says that is insectivorous plants. That is, insectivorous plants are called as what? Insectivorous plants. See what happens. Some plants will non-vegetarian, is it? Sir, non-vegetarian antanu karibo, carnivorous, like that. See, plants trap the insects. How they will trap? I will explain you, giving you one example. Plants trap the insects and digest it and absorb the nutrients from that. ಓಕೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಊಟ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ರಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ ರೀ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಊಟ ಬೇಕಂತ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಕಡೆ ನಿಂತ ಜಗಳ ಆಡಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಮೋಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ದಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಫುಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟಿವರಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ್ರಿ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಈಟ್ another insects. Okay, the insectivorous plants what will do, they digest or they trap the insects and absorb the nutrients from them. ಎದ್ರ ಸಲಕ್ರಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ, to grow, ಎದ್ರ ಸಲಕ್ರಿ, to get energy, to get growing ಮಾಡೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ, ಬೆಳೆಯೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ. ಓಕೆ, we are ನಾವು ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹಾನಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, isn't it? Yes, like that only the insectivorous also trap the insects and digest it and gets nutrients from the insect, then they can grow. How? Yes, I will explain here. Give me one example for insectivorous I will give, that is pitcher plant. Example is pitcher plant. Notice pitcher plant, see, actually like jet shaped plants. It is like jet shaped plants. Just I will okay, actually this jet shaped plant, that is called as pitcher. That is pitcher. And here one opening and closing of this pitcher, opening matte close mada salvagi, that is called as lid. That is called as lid, LID, lid. And this one what we are seeing here, round, this one, this is called as rim. That is rim. Yes, how they will absorb and how they will digest and how they will absorb the nutrients, is it? Let's see. First ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, listen, at the rim ಆಗದ್ರಿ, rim contains nectar ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ಇರ್ತದ್ರಿ. rim contains nectar, that is sweet is attached here. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಹಚ್ಚಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ರಿ, that is the nature only. Okay, it's nature. The nectar is attached here so that the ants and other insects will attract those. Sir, sweet antandre the ants will come here. Ants elli bartavri, ants illi bandu ಕೂತ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, at the place of rim. Sir, rim balli bandaga the sweet ಏನು ಇರ್ತದ್ರಿ, sleepy place, that is sleepy place ಇರ್ತದ್ರಿ. Okay, actually ಏನಾಗ್ತದ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, that is fall here. Okay, fall down here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದು ಬಿಡ್ತವೆ, ಏರಕ್ಕಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. at that time ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸಫಿಶಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದ್ರಿ ಇದು ಫುಡ್, for what, for pitcher planting, ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸಫಿಶಿಯಂಟ್ food ಆಗ್ತದೆ, at that time it will close the lid, it will close the lid and digest the insects, digest ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತದ್ರಿ with some enzymes. Okay, it will digest the food and from that it will get nutrients from the insects. Okay, and read first rim, it contains nectar, sweet iರ್ತದೆ, that's where they will come and sit here. Who, that is insects, or for example ant ಬಂತ ಕುಂತದ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Then it will sit here and they will fall down because of sleepy area. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಒಳಗೆ ಕೂತ್ ಬಿಡೋಣ, ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, after sufficient food that will, then the lid will close it, lid will close it. At that time that will digest and absorb the nutrients from the insects. These are called as insectivorous plants. समझ में रहा? Yes. Next, have you seen that some mushrooms are there in shopping mall and mushrooms ittirtare, isn't it? Then okay, in rainy season we will see that fluffy umbrella like structures, chhatri type irtav nodri, some organisms ಮಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾವೆ. What are those? As then again I will give that bread ತಂದಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ದಿನ ಆಗಿರ್ತದ ಸರ್, ಮಿಡಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಟ್ಟೋಗಿ ಬೂಜ್ ಬಂದವ ಅಂತಿರ್ತೀರಿ ನೋಡು, isn't it? Are you getting my points? Yes. What are those exactly? Yes, they are called fungi. What is that? Fungi. The fungi is the beautiful example for saprotrophs. Fungi is the beautiful or a correct example for saprotrophs. Then what is meant by saprotrophs? See, saprotrophs are nothing but the organism. 1 minute. Okay. Saprotrophs are nothing but the organism which attracts the or which absorbs the nutrients from dead or a decaying matter. I will write it here. Organisms which absorbs the nutrients, from where? From dead or a decaying matter. See, saprotrophs are nothing but the organisms which absorbs the nutrients from dead or a decaying matter. Okay, these are called as saprotrophs. ಏನ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಿ ಸಪೋಸ್ ನಾವು ಓಕೆ ಮಳೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಕಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅದು ಕೊಳಿತಿರ್ತದೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಕೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ಕಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕೊಳಿತದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರ, ಏನೋ ವುಡನ್ ಚೇರ್ಸ್ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಳಗ್ ತರ್ತಾರೆ. ವೈ ಸರ್? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಕೇ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಫುಡ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ದ ಫಂಗೈ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಯಿ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಫಂಗಸ್ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಂಬ್ರೆಲಾ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್. ಮಶ್ರೂಮ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದೇ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವಲ್ರಿ, ದೇ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ dead matters or a decaying matters. From that they will grow. Samajh mein raha? Yes, this fungus will also grow in pickle. Okay sir, manega mavin kara adena etc hakirtiri sir, allinu ಬೆಳೆದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೈಟ್ ಕಲರ್, isn't it? Have you seen that? Yes, pickle ಅಲ್ಲಿ then shoes ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿರ್ತದ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾಕ್ರಿ ಸರ್? ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ these fungi spores, actually fungi is an example for what? Fungi is an example for saprotrophs. Actually these fungi spores are present in air. Air nage irtave. Okay, now ಏನು ಕರೆಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, that is fungi spores are actually present in air. Okay, when they will land on the wet and warm place, when they will land on the wet and warm place, they started growing. Okay, oh, they will start growing. Okay, that is sir, fungi spores are ellelli irtavri, air is compulsory. Okay, when they will land on the wet and warm. ಹೆಂಗ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ವಾಮ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ವೆಟ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? ಸಿ ಸಪೋಸ್ ನೀವು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಸರ್ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಸೀಸನ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್? ಹೊರಗೆಲ್ಲ ವಾರ್ಮ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್, ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್? ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾರ್ಮ್, ಬಟ್ ಶೂಸ್ ನಾಗ ಸ್ವೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಡ್ತಿರ್ತದ್ರಿ. ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೊರಗೆಲ್ಲ ಔಟರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾರ್ಮ್, ಬಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಶೂಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆಟ್. At that place they will attack it, and at that place they will start growing. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ ನಾವು? ಶೂಸ್ ಬಿಚ್ಚಬೇಕೇನ್ರಿ ಸರ್? ನೋ ಸರ್, ಡೈಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ವಾಶ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ದಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, these are about fungi. ಸರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಫಂಗಸ್. ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಮ್ಯಾಂಗೋ ಪಿಕಲ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತದ್ರಿ ಸರ್. ಫಾರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್? ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಸೀಸನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಪಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ ಬರ್ರಿ ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ. ಸಿ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಪಿಕಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಜಾರ್ನಾಗ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್? ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಜಾರ್ನಾಗ ಹಾಕಿಟ್ಟಾಗ ಸಪೋಸ್ ನಾವ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ನೀರಿನ ಐಟಮ್, ಓಕೆ ವೆಟ್ ಸ್ಪೂನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇದ್ದಿದೀವಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ವೆನ್ ಯು supposedly or unsupposedly, that is wet spoons ಏನಾದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, at that time the warm and the wet area that is attacked by the fungus, ಅದರಿಂದ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಪಿಕಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಟ್ಟೋಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್? you have to keep it in the glass jars. Okay, avoid that wet particles nearby that, and adding more salt and adding more oil and chilies. That's why it can be possible to protect from the fungus act. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತ್ರಿ? ಎಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಫಂಗಸ್. ಸರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಂಗಸ್ ನೀವೇ ಅಂತಿರಲ್ರಿ, ಮಶ್ರೂಮ್ಸ್ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರ್ರಿ ಶಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಲ್ಸ್ನಾಗ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಈಟ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್. ಎಸ್, fungus are very important and very proteinaceous items like mushrooms. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಲ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿರಲ್ರಿ, That mushroom is very proteinaceous item. Okay, and some fungus are used as medicines. Some fungus are used as medicines, and some fungus are very dangerous. They can spread a disease, skin disease ಆಗಬಹುದು. ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಶೂಸ್ ಅವಾಗೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಡೈಲಿ ಅವೇ ಹಾಕೋತಾ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲೆಗ್ ಒಳಗ ಫಂಗಸ್ ಬೆಳೆ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್ ಬರೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಸರ್ ನಾ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡೋದು 8 ದಿನ ಹಂಗೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫಂಗಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್. That's why we have to clean our body and clean our things. What are this in daily use? Okay, we have to clean those, protect from the fungi act. These are about saprotrophs. The fungus is the example for saprotrophs. Okay, where they will grow as organisms which absorb the nutrients from dead cells or a dead or a decaying matter. समझ में आ रहा है? Yes, this is about saprotrophs. Next, come to that symbiosis. What is known as symbiosis? That is, see here, symbiosis is nothing but organisms live together. ಏನಪ್ಪ, ಲೈಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅದ್ರಂಗೆ ಬೆಳೆ. ಸಿ organisms live together by sharing that is nutrients, by sharing nutrients and shelter. This relationship is called as symbiosis. Okay, like your friends, see, ನಾನು ನಿನಗೆ ಇದು ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀನು ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಕೊಡಪ್ಪ, like they grow. These are the some types of plants, isn't it? The organisms live together by sharing nutrients and shelter. ನೀನು ನನಗೆ shelter ಕೊಡು, ನಾನು ನಿನಗೆ nutrients ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. Like that they will talk, like your friends and you will talk, no, like that. See, what is the example for saprotroph? Sorry, symbiosis. That is, best example is lichen plant or lichen. Sir, in previous video in acid bases and salts alina nodidini, the litmus paper will comes from lichen, isn't it? This is the example for what? Symbiosis. Okay, see, this lichen is combination of algae and fungi. This is the combination of algae and fungi. This lichen is combination of algae and fungi. See here, they are like friends. Iveredu friends agi idanna ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? See here, fungi will provides water, shelter and nutrients. Water, shelter and nutrients. In return, see, fungi provides water, shelter, nutrients to what? To algae. Now, friendly ಕೊಡ್ತಂಗ್ರಿ. Fungi and algae are the friends. Like, see here, it is fungi ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ತದ್ರಿ? Fungi will provides water, shelter and nutrients. In return, algae ಏನನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ರಿ? That gives food to fungi. That algae provides food to what? That is fungi. Okay, this is called as symbiosis. See, ನೀವು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, ನಾನು ನಿನಗೆ 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ, ನೀನು ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಕೊಡು, ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ, ನೀನು ಇದು ಬುಕ್ ಕೊಡು, like that. This is called as symbiosis. Okay, the good example for symbiosis is lichen plant. That is, it's a combination of algae and fungi. It's a combination of algae and fungi. Fungi will provide water, shelter and nutrients to what? Algae. Okay, in return ಅದರ ಬದಲು ಅದೇನು ಕೊಡ್ತದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ algae will provide food. ನೀ ಊಟ ತಗೋ ನನಗ ನೀರು ಕೊಡು, that means nutrients ಕೊಡು, shelter ಕೊಡು, like that. This is the giving and taking, that is relationship, like friendship there. Okay, this is called as symbiosis. समझ में आ रहा है? Yes. Once again I will repeat it. Parasite. Parasite means the organisms which depends on the another organisms. That means the organisms which live on or in the another organism for purpose of foods and shelter, whatever it may be. Okay, these parasites may be harm to the host cell, that is host plant. Okay, without host plant it can't live. That's why parasites are somewhat difficult and dangerous. We can say that these are the dangerous to the other plants. Ella hengappa antandre ivaga, see, giving an example for your relative. ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಡೈಲಿ ಬರೋಣ ಊಟ ಗೀಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ, ನೀವು ಹೋಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ, ನೋಟ್ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಅವ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಕೊಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಹಂಗ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ, ನಿನಗೆ ಬೈತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. Isn't it like that? These are parasites. This is the parasite. Parasite good example is Cascata. Okay, Cascata is the good example for parasites. Then what about insectivorous? Simple, sir. Insect eating plants are called as insectivorous. Okay, insect eating plants are called as insectivorous. For what purpose they will eat insects? That is purpose of nutrients, sir, to grow and to get energy from that. That's why they will eat insects and digest it and absorb the nutrients from the insect. Then what about saprotrophs? Sir, these are the organisms which gets nutrients or which absorbs the nutrients from dead cells, dead or a decaying matter. Suppose katigi kolilekatitappa anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಮಳೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, at that time the fungus, that means umbrella like structures ಏನು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, that is mushrooms will grow. This example for saprotrophs is fungi. Okay, next symbiosis. Symbiosis means like relation, your friends, worldly friends, it's a good friend, but parasite is bad friend. Symbiosis is good friend, that is giving and taking each other. Algae and fungi, that fungi will provide water and shelter and minerals to the algae, and in return algae will provide food to fungi. This is about today's lesson. Sir, why I am using more Kannada means you have to understand. Okay, clear conceptly. Okay, concept will be clear to you people. That's why I am using a little bit Kannada. Otherwise, by definition, you have to practice this by English only. Okay. Today's homework for you is you have to comment that one example for insectivorous plants. Comment that one example for insectivorous plants. One I have given, that is pitcher plants. Okay, give different example for insectivorous plants. Okay, this is today's session. I will complete it here only. Then ಮತ್ತೆ ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗೋಣ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.